going on, guys? Rainzus bringing you my second progression to PvP series. This one took me about a day to put together, so it's not that bad. Got quite a bit of interesting content, mainly towards the end, so make sure you guys watch to the end. I was really surprised when I got what I got, because I grinded it forever on NA, and I never got it. So I was just logging in, figured I'd do some rider training, get that out of the way. So we're up to 12, so amount's not too miserable, but it's still pretty fucking miserable. Had a bunch of extra junk that I could deposit in the bank so I could put it on my crafter to deconstruct later. So that kind of helps towards getting my blacksmithing and all those other things up, so I can start doing the crafting dailies, which will help with money and materials and stuff to improve my gear later. This is another day logged into quite a few of my Lorcan's tiers selling. So that's always fantastic news. Any money I'm going to end up saving for some gear later on. Logged in another day, got 75 of those crown crafting potions, so that helps a lot for BGs and doing some stuff. Just wasting some extra skill points here, because I still don't have all of my passives and I'm too lazy to grind skill points, sky shards. So I figured I'd do just a random daily and end up getting Vollenfell, one of the longest, most boring dungeons out there. But we finished it, got like 650,000 XP, so that's a lot towards my CP, of course. And then turned in the quest for a free skill point. Figured I'd go ahead and do a daily BG, get that out of the way. Got my shit pushed in almost the entire game. I'm playing with like gear that's 80 or 90 levels, well, I'd say about 60 CP levels too little, but ended up getting the BG out of the way, and that was pretty much a free 100 some odd thousand XP, so that kind of helped towards my CP progression as well. And then, so I was like, hey, I'm gonna make some money, and I remember this place called Fallen Grotto that you used to be able to farm scraps. I was like, oh, well, maybe it's accessed by a quest. So I ended up doing this entire quest just to realize on the way back from the way shrine that you didn't need the quest to do it. So fuck me, right? So I ended up grinding probably for about 30 or 40 minutes trying to get some scraps, you know, trying to get a full stack, so that way I could either A, sell them for money later, or B, refine them to get some Druax or some improved materials for my gear later on. I figured to get some XP too while I was here. I ended up getting bored out of my mind, so that was something that I'm just not used to doing. Honestly, I'm not used to grinding for improving materials and stuff like that. Honestly, compared to the money that I quote unquote made here, the sewers is such better XP. It's such better like XP and money. Just everything in the sewers is worth more than just scraps in general, and I don't know, it's more pleasant being in a PvP scenario than grinding in PvE for me. So that's probably where I'm going to be grinding majority of my money later on, that and Skyreach, once I get my gear. Ended up getting a message from Silent Lee and responding to the wrong person saying thank you. So I apologize, Silent Lee, there's your shout out. I'm sorry, buddy. But I ended up getting some more Lorcan's tiers, because that's apparently my cash cow. Because I keep getting lucky and finding them some guild stores, so I figured I'd put them into my own guild store to make a little bit more money. Do a little bit more rider training. So we're up to 13, so we're still miserably slow. Still getting fucked up in BGs. 10.5k executioner, but you know, it was my daily, so it's a free 400 some odd thousand XP. Ended up getting a Nirnhone sword from Orion 6. Shout out to you, buddy. And but I couldn't research it yet, so that's just some time that I'm gonna have to wait for. Figured I'd go ahead and deconstruct stuff. Got up to like 9 on blacksmithing, so got that out of the way. I'll just have to farm some more mobs later. Went into another BG, got fucked up by an AIDS group, just a bunch of bleed builds. Like, I was just getting destroyed the entire BG trying to do my daily, and I just kept getting unlucky with my queues. Like, the queues were really long, but we got so close to getting second place to get the daily to push me up to 100 CP, and the green team, like right at the very end, ended up pushing up above us. So instead, I ended up deciding going to Crypto Hearts, like for my PvE daily. And I figured, hey, well, maybe I can get some Lich pieces. But during the way, I ended up fighting this ad. And I even got fucked up by just a regular mob ad. Like, just destroyed right in front of everybody. I felt so embarrassed. I felt like such a scrub just to die to this, just a regular ad. So the struggle is definitely real. Like, having no CP and having gear that's way too low. So, ended up doing the quest, or on the way to do the quest, and realized, hey, I went to the wrong NPC. So I ran all the way back to the beginning of the dungeon, and I'll just speed this part up because it's really nothing to see. Because I was just an idiot and ran to the wrong NPC because I forgot to talk to this bitch while I was back here. So again, looking like a complete scrub, just running all the way back to talk to this NPC while everybody else is still killing stuff. So I'm missing out on all that XP that they're getting from killing the ads while I'm being an idiot and doing this stupid quest. Finally got to the end boss. I was like, hey, well, maybe I can get a Lich weapon piece. You know, high chance in hell, right? Because I've done nothing but farm and farm and farm Lich on my NA tune. But the boss fight went remarkably better than I expected, considering I died to that regular ad earlier. But ended up getting my daily done, got a free skill point, and asked if anybody had some Lich pieces. And to my surprise, this guy got a shield of the Lich. This is the first time that I have ever ran this dungeon on EU, and he got the shield, and it's actually like a vet 160. I was like, you could only imagine how many times that I ran this and ran this and ran this trying to get the Lich shield in NA, and I still haven't got it to this day. In the first dungeon I ended up getting it on EU, so there it is. If I ended up getting that, found some more lurking tears and, you know, put them in the trader. I just still can't believe I ended up getting that Lich shield. Like, it still blows my mind how lucky that was, and I'm glad I got fucked up in the BG, that way I could do it. But now we're at 100 CP and we're gonna end the video here. Let me know your guys' thoughts and comments down in the comment section, you know, like the usual. And if you do enjoy this series, do not forget to turn that notification bell on and subscribe, because there's plenty more content like this in the future. See you guys next time. Peace.